Good evening, everybody. I'm Pierre Roberge, the Daily Trader. It is July 21st, and let's look at how low can Tesla go. I am not a financial advisor, so please do your own research and make your own decisions. So Tesla is down $2.88. That's 1.1%, closed at 260.02. Post-market, we seem to be up by, 7, 8, 9 cents. Let's look at what we have here on the chart. So yes, of course, we all know that yesterday we had the big earnings call. This is where the earnings call is falling in terms of the candles. We had a big move down yesterday after the earnings. This was the first full day of trading yesterday. The stock just dropped like crazy. Look at this. The stock gapped down. A gap is when we have an empty space between the low of a day and the high of the next day. There were no transactions for Tesla between 289.52 and 280. This is what a gap means. But yesterday, we have broken a lot of supports that we had in the past where buyers used to come in. We had the support at 285, but there were not enough buyers to bring the stock back up. And also we had another support at 265.32, which we broke yesterday. And today we went a little bit higher than 265.32. So we have some people that were willing to buy the stock at this price, but the sellers are still winning this round. The stock is going lower and lower. Because we have broken 265.32, the next stop is now this next support area right here. So we have a double support kind of thing. We have a support at 240.89 and also at 238.11. This is how low Tesla could go on the short term. Then when it reaches that number, if it reaches that number, then we are going to have to check if the price is going to stabilize on that number or if it is going to go lower. One thing that you need to know is that we can draw a very tight bearish channel like this, but when we have a very tight bearish channel, it does not last a long time. So most likely is that we are going to get a rebound at some point. It could still be above 265, that remains to be seen, or it could be right here. And at that point, we are going to be able to draw a longer term bearish channel, something that we don't have right now. So we have the sudden move. We have a sudden move yesterday and also today. Today was a continuation of the sudden move, but the stock is going to stabilize itself. It's going to do a pullback at some point. And based on the top that it is going to do on that pullback, we are going to be able to do this downward channel that is going to give us a bit more information as to the new pattern. Technical analysis is about finding patterns. So right now we have only two candles. We don't know for sure exactly what is going to happen. Let's look at our indicators. Our indicators are telling us how strong is the trend from a mathematical perspective. The trend lines, the support lines, and the resistance lines is telling us what is the trend in terms of the patterns that the stock does with its candles. But in terms of the indicators, it is about the mathematical computation. So stochastic is an indicator that I find really useful. It's not any stochastic. It's a 21-day stochastic. And basically, when that indicator is above 60, we tend to have a move up. If we have a move up in a stock without stochastic over 60, move is not likely to continue. And if you take a look at our buy signals that we have identified here, we had one here on January 20th. And at that point, we had stochastic that had become over 60. And look at the move that we have. And then stochastic started to drop right here. It started to drop. And then when it started back again above 60, we had another great move that we were in until recently. But with this break at 265, this was the time to get out. But right now, we don't have stochastic over 60. So this is why I'm saying that we need to wait to see until where Tesla is going to stop. And the next most likely stop is the 240.89. In terms of our indicators, so MACD, we had the breakover bearish a couple of days ago. So no change in here. RSI has now crossed BT. So instead of a green thumb up, I'm going to put the red thumb down because this is negative. And DMI, we still have the green line, which is bullish on top of the red line, which is bearish. So far, this indicator is still telling us that it is bullish. And this is why we have multiple indicators to see the difference in behaviors of all these indicators. Let's take a look at some Tesla news. We have Electric that is mentioning that Tesla Cybertruck with new darker camouflage wrap was spotted. We had seen in the past the first one right here, a more regular camouflage. But a member of the Cybertruck Owners Club forum shared some images of the new Cybertruck wrap. It is much darker and better at hiding the electric pickup truck's design features, especially if they have changed with the new release candidates that Tesla is producing. Also, Tesla recently announced that it built the first Cybertruck, but with the release of its Q2 earnings on Wednesday, the automaker confirmed that it is currently only producing release candidates ahead of the actual start of production. So basically, the Cybertrucks that are being produced right now are just to basically fine-tune the factory. Also, Tesla launches its electric vehicles in Malaysia. It's nice to see that Tesla is expanding where it is selling its cars around the world. This is great. Let's take a look at the VIX. So when VIX is going down, the stock market is going up. That's basically the gist of it. So we are down 0.39. So this should be good for the stock market as a whole. And we closed at 1359. So we were inching higher a little bit towards 1409, but now we are pulling back a little bit. So we are happy about that. Rivian is still respecting its buyers. The buyers came in at 2359. And the sellers are there in droves at 2691. So basically, this is where we have an equilibrium between the buyers and the sellers. Rivian is just going to bounce between these two numbers. Nothing to see here yet. If we break below 2359, it's a sell. If we break above 2691, that's a buy. Xpeng, the same thing, still in its congestion zone. Neo Battery Material, the same thing. We are inching towards 1021. We can see a little bit that the sellers are slowly winning this round. But if we can maintain 1021, this is going to be okay. So Palantir, much like Tesla, is going down. So we have broken the second resistance right here. The sellers are really winning for the past couple of days. We came back to one of our original bullish channel that started on June 23rd. Let's see if the support that started on June 23rd is going to hold. Nvidia is now resting on support, so we are down $12.11, that's 2.66%, closed at 443.09. Post-market, we seem to be up by $1.81. So maybe we are indeed bouncing on that support right here. At least we have a little bit of a wick at the bottom right here. This is telling us that at least for the later part of the day, the buyers won a little bit some ground. PayPal is continuing on its bullish channel. Yeah, it's down a little bit. So we are down 3 cents since yesterday, closed at 72.99. Not too bad. And we seem to be wanting to go sideways. And we still have some decent support at 71.07. This is bullish, but within a bullish channel, we always have our ups and downs. But what counts is, are we breaking our support or not? This is the support line. Every support line is green. So are we breaking this support? No. So everything is fine. So Dow Jones is pulling back a little bit, but still a part of its bullish channel. S&P 500 is caving in a little bit. We had crossed this horizontal support at 45.49. This is for SPX. So there's a little bit of weakening right here, but we are still part of the bullish channel. And we still have a good stochastic over 60. All is good. Nasdaq Composite, look at how perfect this is. It just stopped right smack on 14,006. Gold here breaking its bullish channel right here. So the sellers are stronger, and we have also lost 1541. So really the sellers are really strong in this market right now. Silver also pulling back. We are below our two resistance, our two bullish channel resistance, and we are still above 841. If we don't hold 841, then we should be going back to the bullish channel support, and then we are going to check if it is going to rebound on it. The Bitcoin is still above 28,838. This is a very important support. Look at this. This number is very important. We have been touching that line since June 21st, so that's 1 whole month. 1 whole month where the buyers are there exactly at that price, and their sellers are a little bit higher at 31,412. If we break this, that's a sell. If we break this, that's a buy. XRP, we had a break of our downward resistance right here a couple of days ago, 3-4 days ago. But then we had the move down right after that, but we are still maintaining ourselves not too badly. This is where we are currently at. This is the current support that the buyers are respecting, and we still have stochastic over 60 at 66. There's still a chance that we are going to pick this back up. USDX is bouncing like crazy. It's bouncing quite well, but since we don't have stochastic over 60 right here, and when we have stochastic over 60, this line enters this green region right here. So when we don't have that, any move up should be taken with a grain of salt. This is not to be believed yet. We need to have stochastic over 60 to have a significant move up, because we could still be moving to here and still caving into this downward resistance right here, because this is where the sellers are. The sellers are defending this line right here. As soon as the US dollar comes close to here, the sellers just sell through. This is what could be happening again. And last but not least, Neo Battery Material is still above 36 cents. I like when a stock maintains itself and does not go down. I really like when it does that. We don't have stochastic over 60 yet. There is no impulse move to go up yet, but at least it's not going down. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you like what I do, you can become a YouTube member. Click on my TradingView affiliate link. I'm going to wish you a great weekend. We are going to talk on Monday, unless you become a member, in which case we are also going to talk on Sunday for our Tesla weekly live, where I'm going to do a live and I'm going to be taking questions. And also we are going to take a look at the weekly chart of all of the stocks that we are looking during the week. If you want to become a member, you can click on the join button next to the subscribe button, and then you can join us. So have a great weekend, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.